Yeah. Check. What is up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today will be more chaser content, but I have good news. I'm finally going to pull my other vehicles out of storage. I have made some space for them here. Clean the garage. We got new epoxy floor, which I absolutely love. The DIY that I did kind of tarnished, so I had it professionally done, which I'm super stoked for. The garage is coming together, and I can't wait to get another one of my vehicles in here. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on swapping out the rear springs and the rear suspension. I got 18K from Stance. The car currently has 14K on it, and under a load or on a bump, my lip actually hit my fender. So I ended up having to raise the car like 2 spins before Riverside. So what I'm gonna do is add the 18K springs onto the rear, take off the 14K, and that should solve my issues. I'm gonna spin the coilovers back down, just a hair, to get the fitment a little bit tighter. And my boy Danny's coming over. We're probably gonna do the spark plugs on the chaser and do a leak down test, because there's a little bit of smoke from first gear on accelerating. So we're gonna try to solve that, or at least figure out what it is today. I've personally never done a leak down, so I'm gonna film it and hopefully we can all learn something together. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I got the strut out, and it's pretty straightforward. So I'm basically removing this spring and adding the 18K spring. So what I'll do is actually take this nut off and start disassembling the strut completely. You do want to be careful if you do this on your own, because the spring pressure can actually like put a lot of pressure on things when you remove it, so it can be a little dangerous. I removed the top nut on the top of the strut, pulled off the top collar. This comes off, and then the spring is ready to be replaced. just like that. 18K is in, 14K is out. In comparison, the 18K does look a little bit thicker, which kind of makes sense. 14K is on the right here. Here's the 18K. So time for reassembly. Throw the strap back in, we'll be good. Daniel Jimenez is here. Yeah.
Got my ashy tool bag.
Yeah. What'd you drive today?
Got the toaster up.
You drove the toaster, boy.
Yes, sir. No.
BN Sport hood for sale, JZX 100.
It's free if you come to his address.
Second spring is on. The other rear strut. So this will go back in. Danny's over here.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi. He got some new plugs in here for me.
Mm-hmm. Had to call the guru for some spark plugs.
Guru. The car is on the ground. Coilovers need to settle a little bit, but I spun the coilover back down a little bit to where it was. And next, Danny's gonna explain to us the leak down gauge. Go ahead,
So
Danny.
you have your cylinder leakage tester. One gauge pretty much just tells you how much it leaks in the cylinder, and the other one tells you how much air is in it. So they're always going to be around 10% leakage when you test it, but anything over that is going to tell you, you know, and if it's on 80, 60, or 40, obviously 80 is the worst. 60% is moderate, but we don't want any leakage at all, pretty much.
So-
It's just going to tell you if your valve's in the exhaust side or intake
Or
side.
intake
bad.
side.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
yeah,
if your
that makes
valve
sense.
seats are a little worn out,
Uh-huh.
this is gonna detect it because it's gonna sense that it's leaking it.
Bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, next we're gonna open up the garage and then we're gonna go to Jason's shop. He's got a big air compressor that we're gonna use, so we're gonna drive the Chaser there and take some tools and get some shit done. Let's go. Oh, baby. Are you excited?
Not really.
Damn.
No, I'm just playing. Let's get it. That was cleaner.
Yeah, way cleaner.
Way cleaner.
I love this car. I love it. It's part of figuring it out.
Y'all do know it. So this is gonna tell us where the piston's at. This wasn't in the way. So when I'm gonna need you to go in there and then you crank it.
Okay.
And at the highest point of the screwdriver, that's how we're gonna know all the way up. So you're literally just gonna, dude, barely tap.
Okay.
Tap. I'll tell you when, alright? Small tap. Go. One more. One more. Alright, I think that should be all the way to the top.
Did we do it?
I think so.
First test is complete.
Took us 30 minutes.
Took us way too long. But Danny took a picture.
My boy Josh over here with the gains holding the crank.
Yeah, I had to hold the crank.
You're holding 100
with
PSI.
I had to hold the crank with a crescent wrench because Danny said we didn't need any tools, so we found a crescent wrench in the garage and held the crank. But we do have a leak, so it's a little over 10.
Yeah, so it's not 20%, so I'd say like 15 maybe. 15%, which is nothing too crazy.
Which is kind of what we expected. It's
Yeah.
cylinder 6, so it's the exhaust side, right?
Yes, sir. Let me get my wrench.
So we're gonna do cylinder 5. Are we doing all the cylinders, Danny?
Yeah, if you want to know which ones are which.
All right. Okay. Here's cylinder 6. The test on.
That one's leaking on the valve seats about, what, 5%?
Yeah.
And then number 5 was also 5%. And then number 4.
Here's number 5.
It was the same as 6.
And then this is number 4.
Which was closer to 20, so I'd say like 18.
Yeah, 18.
18% leakage at fucking like 90 psi, which is still, it's not too bad, but that explains the small amount of smoke that it's been.
Yeah, so it's kind of what we expected in a way, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the future,
Just make sure if, I mean, whenever you're ready to build it and stuff,
just
build
got to do
ahead.
the valves.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be doing the head work, so just do valve seats, the valve stems.
Yeah.
You know, once you're there, you can throw in whatever the fuck you want. You know.
Throw in like the heads and stuff.
Yeah. Build it, bro.
Build it. Danny thinks we should build it for 700 horsepower.
Easy, bro. Do a fucking 2J bottom end, you'll be straight.
Not
Yes.
thinking 500 would be dope, but not in the too near future. I like it stocks like kind of slow, dude.
I mean,
It's kind of balanced.
You got two fast ass cars. I wouldn't doubt you are fine with the normal one.
Speaking of the other 2 cars, while we're here, they will make an appearance on the channel today. Here's the 93 FD-RX-7. Pop the hood real quick for you guys. There she is. V-mount intercooler, BorgWarner EFR 8374 with an SXE front cover. My boys at Eccentric did some welding for me. What you think?
Dude, did you tell them already about the new color we're doing? Fuck.
Here's the Subaru. The Holy Grail. Jason just ceramic coated this car actually. So it had Ceramic Pro, and then I think he did Modesto on it, or quartz. Yeah, he did quartz on it. So it had Ceramic Pro, but that was like 5 years ago, so it kind of wore off. But yeah, we'll pull these out sooner than later, get them out of storage and to the crib. Then we'll have all three in one spot. Can't wait. All right, let's get the Chaser back together. You love it, don't you?
Fucking engine base's hot.
I love it too. I just love how close all three of my cars are right now.
Can we can we spice up this engine base soon or what?
Yeah, we're gonna do some spiciness, some
All
seasoning.
Super flaked out silver on top
Oh
of
my
silver.
gosh, here
Engine
we
bay.
go.
I'm serious.
Match
More-
the roof?
More than the roof. It's gonna be flake on flake.
More flake than this?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Dude, you're crazy.
You ain't about it. That's it.
You're crazy, dude. Silver engine bay flake would be the jump off though.
Yeah.
Relocate the battery,
Please.
maybe the fuse box.
Huge plus relocating that.
But yeah, some engine work is gonna be fun. 1JZ engine
I
work.
think you should be fine, bro. Leaving it the way it is. Have fun with it. Enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it right now.
Exactly,
Keep it
so-
simple, less moving parts, less problems.
But as soon as you see that it starts smoking more, you'll just know that.
Yeah, we'll know what
it's
it is.
time to do shit like that.
We learned a lot today, really.
Engine maintenance. Next time Josh asks, the main thing we learned is when Josh says, "Is
To-
that all the tools we need?"
Yeah.
You say yes.
No, you say no, Josh. Bring your extra tools. I was holding 100 PSI with this crescent wrench on the crank bolt. Alright guys, that's a wrap. Chaser's back home. We swapped the rear springs, did a leak down test. The results were about what we expected them to be. So in the future, it's gonna be just a few things to address maybe when I go through to build the motor. There's just a small amount of smoke coming from the exhaust on D-cell. One thing I wanted to mention on today's video, I actually filmed with my Sony camera, so I think it did a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think of it, if you thought it looked better, sounded better, any critiquing, constructive criticism, I'm with it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.